Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, let's kick it off by looking at the price of Bitcoin because today we had Bitcoin pull back to below $103,000 and a lot of people started panicking. You see the bearish doom posts on X. And of course, altcoins are going to follow Bitcoin and bleed out, right? This is just business as usual. So it's what I've been sharing in my newsletter and talking about on live streams and much more. Bitcoin is on its way down, heading to the oversold zone. It was overbought coming out of this tariff uncertainty crash, and we had a V-shaped recovery coming out for Bitcoin as well as the stock market. So Bitcoin hit the overbought on the daily RSI. It's textbook, and then it started rolling over, and now it's going to approach the oversold, and that could put us near 98K, somewhere in that range. We find a bottom, and then we have a reversal. The sentiment's going to be reset. This is just market cycles playing out, no invalidation of the bull market. For those of you who follow me on X, and if you're not, please do, links will be in the description. I shared the chart today showing the exact overbought and oversold zones that we have been touching, and it's doing it again. So no invalidation here. The market can move up in a straight line, and the V-shaped recovery out of the tariff crash, it was a big move. It required a lot of liquidity, got people bullish. It's just a sentiment reset. These are the things that happen over markets for Bitcoin and altcoins, even the stock market. So just keep that in mind. We just got to be patient. Now's the time to maybe go outside, touch some grass, as they would say, and just be patient, folks. Remember, Bitcoin moves the market and altcoins will follow. So right now, you're going to see some bleeding out. Bitcoin, I believe, will go lower, like I said, to around the 98K range. So expect your favorite altcoins to start bleeding out as well. But the bull market's not over. The macro bull market thesis is still in place. So just make sure you understand what we're talking about here, and we're looking at data. We're not looking at our emotions, our feelings, how we feel today. Rather, what is the data telling us? And from the charts, the on-chain data, global liquidity, and much more, everything is still on track. Now, moving ahead, the folks at Bloomberg, Eric Balchunas and James Seyfert, they are the ETF analysts. James tweeted out today, Eric Balchunas and I are raising our odds for the vast majority of the spot crypto ETF filings to 90% or higher. Engagement from the SEC is a very positive sign in our opinion. So they are boosting the odds of those ETFs getting approved this year. I think the writing's on the wall. We're seeing the SEC engage with filers, asking for comments. Those are very great things. We saw them do this with the Bitcoin ETF as well as the Ethereum ETF. James also said the timing of these approvals / launches is most uncertain. Could be something we're talking about in the next month or two. So it could happen by July or so, or it could be something that waits until October or later. It's a matter of when, not if. So folks, these things are coming. I believe they could. Now, I'm not saying that it's a guarantee, but they could signal the top of the market or the top zone that all these altcoin ETFs get approved, or it could be the signal for a local top and then the continuation. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to look at all the data and see how all of these things line up. And there could be a buy the rumor, sell the news event, just like there was with the Bitcoin ETF launch. And that could be a local top, or like I said, the ultimate blow off top. But this is why you need to be subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter, because I'm going to give you guys updates about what's happening in the market using data and bringing on different analysts and much more to figure out where we're at, because we want to walk away from this bull market with money in our pockets. We do not want to ride it all the way to the top and then ride it all the way down to the bear market. That's not going to be fun. I've done that and I learned my lesson. So trying to share that knowledge with you folks so you can all, make some money in this market. Now, Nate Geraci, president of the ETF store, weighed in on what James Seyfert had to say. He says, yes, approval highly likely for all of this in 2025, plus staking in spot Ethereum ETFs and in-kind creations and redemptions. Biggest question is whether BlackRock jumps into the race for spot Solana and XRP ETF, along with index-based crypto ETF. I think they do. So I think Nate has a strong point here. We've seen that look, the SEC has approved when BlackRock is taking a position, right? They did this with Bitcoin and ETH. So expect BlackRock to jump in with a Solana and XRP ETF. And that could potentially be the big catalyst. Maybe the SEC is waiting for BlackRock. And look, it shouldn't be that way, but unfortunately, I think we all know who BlackRock is and the influence they have on the government and all the things they've been doing. So if you don't know, go do your research and and the things they did in 2008 to help the government in coming out of the crash and much more. It's pretty incredible. And even in the COVID pandemic years, they were buying tons of real estate and much more. So, unfortunately, this is how the game is played, but we want to ride the wave and take our profits, folks. Now, on the XRP front, we have some interesting news here. So FC Barcelona unveils Barca Pass crypto wallet, NFT avatars, and these are actually issued on the XRP ledgers. Let me give you the details. FC Barcelona, the Spanish soccer club Forbes values at $5.65 billion, is releasing a wallet for its upcoming NFTs called Barca.pass as part of its digital strategy. Anyone with a Barca ID can now claim a wallet and will ultimately be able to use it to create an FC Barcelona avatar NFT, customize the character with official merch, and collect other types of digital items in anticipation of any upcoming FCB mobile racing game. Crypto infrastructure firm Futureverse set up the Barca Pass. Futureverse CEO Aaron McDonald told me that the NFT avatars will exist on the gaming-focused L1 blockchain Root and can be equipped with semi-fungible wearable digital items. Root is EVM compatible and uses XRP as its gas token, as well as the XRPL XLS-20 NFT standard. So multiple takeaways here. One, this is the future of brand building, customer retention, not only for sports teams, but businesses and brands. We're going to see them leverage this technology, and with the verifiability and the programmability, it's going to change the way customers and fans interact with the brands. And it's going to allow these companies and brands to build a more customized, intimate relationship, and the customer and follower will be able to get more benefits, right? Because this technology will allow them to do a lot more because of the verifiability, the instant settlement, and much more. Second takeaway, it's great to see the XRP ledger getting adoption, and this is a pretty big real world adoption. A sports team, massive, right? Valued at in billions of dollars. And they're building with this technology, and the XRP ledger is a part of it. So really incredible stuff. You should be happy if you're an XRP holder. And if you're just a crypto fan, just look at what's playing out here, folks. This is the future of what they call Web3, of course. Now, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Uphold. Uphold is a great crypto platform that you can buy, sell, and stake crypto. They have 300 plus cryptocurrencies on their platform, Bitcoin, XRP, all the top altcoins, and you can stake over 19 crypto assets on their platform. I've been a user of Uphold since 2018. They're one of my go-to exchanges. I've never had any problems. They're reliable. I've interviewed the CEO, the CFO, and much more. So I'm familiar with the company and who's running it and much more. And they don't commingle or lend out your crypto funds. They are 100% reserved. You can review their transparency report. And folks, they have a variety of products. They have one that's called Uphold Rewards, where you can earn up to 5.25% on stablecoins, and they do it the legit way. There's no fishy, crazy lending stuff going on here. The stablecoins they support are Ripple's RLUSD. You can earn up to 5% there, and USBC. You can earn up to 5.25% there. In order to participate, you have to log into the app once per month, deposit $50 once per month, and trade $50 once per month. And you get access to this reward. So it's really awesome. Great yield here. So if you'd like to learn more, please visit the link in the description. Now, folks, this is some very bullish news. Check this out. The DTCC, I'm sure you've heard that name. They are the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation. Well, they met with the SEC Crypto Task Force today. And guess what the discussion was about? Tokenization. Incredible. Nate Geraci of the ETF store said, that's right, DTC and tokenization. Hope you're paying attention. Folks, this is incredible. You look at the agenda they put out here, and the first agenda item is discussion of preliminary base version of DTCC tokenization services, including operational flow, token usage, blockchain and technology standards, corporate actions, design controls. Guys, when I've been telling you that the economy, the markets, and the governments will all run on blockchain rails, that's not hyperbole. I'm not bullshitting you. I am telling you what's coming. I've interviewed a variety of folks. I've had off the record conversations with many folks from Wall Street, even in DC, regulators, and much more. And guys, this is the direction the puck is heading in. So I hope you recognize what's happening. I'm emphasizing this because sometimes we all get caught up in the price actions and it makes us feel bearish or depressed or we're not happy. The price is not moving. But what's coming, the building will lead to higher valuations and price action. You just got to be patient and you got to pay attention to the building and the actions, right, of what's happening. And when I see the DTCC meeting with the SEC Crypto Task Force and talking about tokenization, I'm just like, wow, so many people are missing it. Even people in crypto don't realize what the hell's happening here. A lot of people are in crypto just to make money, and it's like, oh yeah, like a casino, right? But the actual technology is going to get massive adoption, and the blockchains that are selected, their respective tokens are going to increase in value significantly because they're going to be used by some of the biggest institutions and companies that run the infrastructure of the economy and markets, like the DTCC. So this is just mind-blowing and so bullish. Don't miss what's happening here, folks. It's so incredible. All right, final news item here. Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, tweeted out today that they have secured their Mica license. So many of you know the EU has put out their Mica crypto regulations. That's what they call it. And of course, all crypto companies have to come into compliance. So great to see Coinbase getting this license. There's other folks who are in line trying to get it as well. Brian said, it was great to meet the Luxembourg Prime Minister, the Crown Prince, and very welcoming ministers as we announced the receipt of our Mica license from the CSSF. Time to take crypto adoption in Europe to the next level. See, folks, this is a global asset class. And in my opinion, the first truly global asset class, because anyone in the world with an internet connection and a smartphone can access Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum. They can buy a fraction. They don't have to buy $100,000 worth of crypto. They can literally put $100 into crypto or even less, right? That's the amazing thing. And it has this exponential aspect to it because many of these assets are hard cap, right? Like Bitcoin, for example, only 21 million. Some have been lost. Same thing with other assets like XRP and Ethereum. People have lost their private keys, lost tons of the token. And you have on-ramps of liquidity coming from every part of the world. It's not like the stock market where only certain people can access it. And that creates this incredible supply and demand effect. Plus, it's trading 24/7. This is unheard of. This is incredible. That's why you see all these TradFi institutions are trying to put the TradFi assets like stocks on the blockchain. If the stock market was accessible to everybody globally, they wouldn't need to do that. But it's not, and it only trades during the day. It's closed on weekends, right? There's an opening and closing bell. But you put it on the blockchain, it trades 24/7, can be used in DeFi, fractionalization, and much more. You got secondary and tertiary markets that can be created here. So please don't miss how big this is going to be. We're seeing the start of it, right? All the big names are here. So it's no longer, any type of uncertainty of, is this thing going to last? Is this thing a fad, right? As people have been saying for a long time, it is maturing and the biggest of biggest names are here. It's incredible. So big win by Coinbase here. And I'm sure we're going to see other crypto companies announce they've secured their Mica regulation and license. So folks, let me know what you think about this news. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. A great way you can support me in the podcast is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And check out my course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a course packed with tons of value. It teaches you every aspect of crypto, best of all, what makes it unique, you will hear from experts. So founders, CEOs, institutional investors, and much more. It's all curated for you. It's packed with tons of value, video, content write-ups, downloadable materials, and much more. So if you'd like to learn more, visit the links in the description. Folks, thank you so much for watching, listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.